1 o'clock here on Three Man Front. Landrum, Conrad, Pat, and Molly. So glad all of you are with us. Our normal Thursday guest, Rodney or Rob Pate, joining us in the 11 o'clock hour. We just heard from Trey Wallace in the last hour concerning Brendan Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback, also other college football nuggets and things that Trey is hearing. You want to find all of that, and it is certainly worth going back and listening to if you didn't catch it there at jocksfm.com and the Three Man Front podcast. Tell you about it all the time, but our friends at Stark, there's people that we trust here at the Roberts House. We're going to have a Stark team member that's coming out early next week just to make sure we are all good to go. But they can do that for you. Today, you can give them a call for the free home or business pest inspection. They've been family-owned for over 62 years. The company started right here in the South, so they certainly get us. But 855-STARK-NOW, that's the number, 855-STARK-NOW. Call today, or you can just visit starkexterminators.com. When you do either, you're going to either speak with or you're going to find there at the website ways that Stark can help you. They can protect your family, whether it's the itchy mosquitoes that might be hovering around your yard this time of year, whether it's ants, other stinging insects. They have a place in our ecosystem, but they don't have a place in your home or on your family. So give them a call today. Stark Exterminators, our friends there, 855-STARK-NOW. Or go to starkexterminators.com. When you do, always tell them Landrum from Three Man Front and Jocks sent you. We got baseball going on right now. Got Braves fans, a lot of Braves fans in the audience. 2-1, the Braves leading the Tigers, trying to sweep Molly's team. Top of the seventh inning, 1 out, Tigers at bat. So the Braves trying to wrap up an impressive, what would that be, first 31, 32 games of the season. The most wins in Major League Baseball, trying to make it 23 after the walk-off by Matt Olson last night, and then they'll hit the road. They'll take on the Rockies. They got 3 with the Mariners and 3 with the Dodgers, but you can't hate the start. You can't hate your start for your Yankees.
No, they're playing really good baseball right now, and I know we talked about it a little bit earlier with some of the other teams and the separation that the Braves have created, because we'll see how it stands after today, but right now you're 7 games up in the NL East. It's just crazy if you go and look at the rest of Major League Baseball. So my Yankees were up 1.5 games in the AL East. The Guardians are up half a game in the Central. The A's are surprisingly in first place in the AL West. They have a 1-game lead. In the Central, the Reds have a half-game lead, and the Dodgers have a half-game lead in the NL West. So outside of the NL East and that incredible lead y'all have, nobody has more than a 1.5-game lead in their division. Right
yeah, and I'm certainly not complaining. You think about the Mets. The Mets are off to their worst start since 1983. And I have seen some bad Mets. I've seen some really good Mets teams in my lifetime. It's all a World Series team. But I've seen some really bad Mets teams. That says something. 1983, worst start.
Well, and they have the second highest payroll in Major League Baseball. They've got Juan Soto back now. Like, the excuses are, you can't find them anymore. Like, they're not there. And it's comical. I think it's funny. I know you think it's funny too, because neither of us care for the Mets. But in terms of the amount of money and resources that have gone into that organization since Steve Cohen took over, it's been disappointment after disappointment. And it doesn't help when, I don't know if you saw the video, but there are a lot of fans that it felt like last night maybe was there at their wits' end. You lose 14-2 to the Nationals last night, and they're doing a fireworks show in the middle of the game. You're losing by 12 runs to the Nationals, and you're doing fireworks. It's a dystopian type feel for the Mets. It's bizarre.
It's wild, for sure.
But it's awesome.
It is awesome. When you think about the Marlins they win a couple of games against the Dodgers, but the Braves have been playing so well, they gain absolutely no ground. Still 7 games back.
Yeah.
Now it's early in the season, but you still look at the Braves. They've got some weapons that to join. Spencer Strider was announced. We're going to get his first start coming up this weekend on Sunday. But some other young arms. I thought J.R. Ritchie was pretty good last night. So the Braves off to a good start. Yankees off to a good start. The Cardinals off to a good start, and that includes today 5-1. Their dominance over pitcher Paul Skeens of the Pirates continues as they play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tony Vitello and San Francisco leading 2-1. I'll be honest with you. I thought Tony Vitello, based on the just track record, that kind of move, I thought he'd fail miserably. Right now, he's holding his own.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're 13-16 on the season, and we swept them the first series of the year. So since then, they're playing 500 baseball. They play in a very tough division. The Padres look great. Dodgers, of course, doing Dodger things this year. Yeah, I mean, you knew there'd be some growing pains going from college to major leagues, but it seems like the thing that concerned me was how does, love him or hate him, the persona that is Tony Vitello, I can see where that works with 19, 20-year-old kids. How does that work with 35-year-old men in a major league clubhouse? And so far, it's still early in the season, but that doesn't seem to have been a butting heads type situation yet with some of those players. Now, maybe it is behind closed doors, but
I'm just profiling.
That was always my concern.
Profiling. Tony Vitello kind of strikes me as a guy who knows how to read the room, and he knows maybe it's not one Tony Vitello for all. And maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe he went in there ruling with an iron fist and told everybody, hey, there's a new sheriff in town. We're going to do things my way. But I think he's pretty savvy.
Yeah, and I would imagine that was part of the interview process of, all right, how do you plan on making that transition? But we've seen, I mean, a lot of major league clubs, they want to go that younger route. They want to go with the guy that can maybe relate a little bit better to the players as opposed to, your older, your Buck Showalter, Joe Girardi type of guys that are going to be a little rougher around the edges maybe. And, I mean, we'll see how it works out over the course of the season. But I think so far, if you're the Giants, you're okay with where you are.
ABS system. It helped the Braves out last night with a successful challenge. Would have been a walk overturned to a strike. It was a strikeout. It was a pivotal time in the game. Braves are, just in my view and watching them, one of the worst. They have to be statistically at failed challenges and when to challenge. Maybe they're using a little bit more discretion now and saving those challenges. But ABS in general, was it always this bad?
You mean in terms of the umpiring?
I've watched a ton of baseball in my lifetime. A lot of baseball. I don't remember. We've got examples of it today. Ball, we were watching a game in real time during one of the breaks. Ball right down the middle. You got to go to the ABS.
Yeah, and I guess before maybe you didn't notice it as much because, I don't know, maybe there's more leniency before in the sense of, okay, that one's like right off the corner of the strike zone. Okay, we'll give it to him. It isn't that bad. But that is kind of the thing that surprised me. And it goes both ways, admittedly.
Sure it does.
Because I've seen both examples of it. But the amount of pitches that are clearly strikes that either an umpire gets wrong or I know in, I guess it was over the weekend in one of the Yankees games, Jazz Chisholm struck out and taps the helmet. They go to the ABS. It was a fastball right down the middle. And he's sitting there like, no, that was a ball. And he just kind of puts his hands up like, oh, that's my bad. Like, just blatantly obvious that it's a ball or a pitch right down the pipe. And, yeah, I don't know what it is. But maybe some of these guys, too, you wonder as well if you're a hitter, right? Let's say you're kind of on a hot streak. You've hit 2 or 3 ABS challenges in a row. And you're like, all right, let's see what we got. Like you think that maybe your eye is a little better than it actually is. But I do agree on the umpiring part where now it's just tangible evidence. And we could access these things before the umpire reports and stuff, but the average fan's not doing that, right?
No.
And now it's on full display for everybody to see that's watching a game.
I just love the reaction and I've been to see 3 Braves games so far and just the reaction from the ABS and watching that. But one thing you don't hear anymore, you don't hear as much heckling of the home plate umpire. That has gone away.
I was about to say, now they just get the public embarrassment of getting the pitches wrong. But yeah, maybe less of an earful from
early in the season. And I don't know how many staffs really had in-depth conversations about when to challenge, but you had like the 8-hole hitter for the Braves early, like a second inning, and it's the difference in being a 1 ball, 1 strike and a 2 balls, no strike count. And you're challenging in the second and losing that challenge. And it's that's not the spot to use it.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see how the strategy of it evolves because I think we view it as, well, you want to use it like you would a challenge in football, right? It's one of those, you want to save it until you absolutely have to have it. But I don't know. I guess, again, maybe the confidence of some of these batters is just like, all right, well, I'm going to get it right. And so we'll have another opportunity down the line. But then it's, you made a bad judgment calling that one, and it doesn't reflect very well on you. But I think the strategy of it will evolve as the season goes on. It's just inevitably, right, what's going to happen in the postseason when, how are people going to react when, like in the World Baseball Classic, right, in the semifinal game that we won. I mean, that wasn't a strike on the final call that they called the strikeout on, but it's one of those calls that you get sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that happens in an NLCS Game 7. How are people going to feel about that, right? Obviously, one team's going to love it. The other team's going to hate it.
One team celebrates and they say, hang on.
But the general baseball fan, is it going to be like, I mean, technically, yes, they corrected it, and I appreciate that, but like we've talked about a lot, I still like kind of that human element of it. And hey, you got to know the umpire. Maybe he likes to call pitches a little higher. Maybe he calls them a little lower. And that dictates kind of how you throw a game and how you call a game behind the plate as well. And, it is sad to see some of that go away. But, I mean, accuracy is good as well.
Well, I think the final 1 minute of regulation of a college basketball game has conditioned us for a lot of things when it comes to challenges. So the ABS is that's child's play compared to what we get there. Well, I just like the efficiency of it all.
Well, I was about to say, I think that's where people are okay with it because you're not going to a commercial break like, oh my gosh, we got to go to the monitor. Or in football, where some of those I mean, you're watching the replay 50 times before they make a call, and you're just like, can we just move on with the game? This 5 to 10 seconds, boom,
easy.
You're moved on.
Quick turnaround.
And I think that's the problem that a lot of people have with challenges in other sports is it's not the fact that there's challenges, it's the fact that they take so long.
Well, especially the ones that you have to look at or, okay, I can understand, but everybody has a really good idea.
Yeah, you see the replay the first time, and you're like, yeah, okay, this should be easy. And then 3 minutes later, they're still discussing it on the field.
But not in the games. And I'm on a sideline every Saturday. In some instances, Conrad, 12 minutes. And everyone, including other officials, because they're not underneath the hood, are going, what could they be looking at? Those are real conversations happening.
Yeah, and you don't really factor it in maybe as much if you're not a player or a coach that's actively participating in it.
You don't think that any time they have gone to the replay booth, what's happened. Where's Johnny?
Yep.
Well, Johnny had to go take a leak.
Yeah. No, and I'm sure that stuff happens more often than not. It's just a momentum killer too, man. Like you have a big play down the sideline, receiver makes a toe tap catch, you're driving down the field, you're feeling great. Now you got a 10-minute delay so they can go to the monitor and review it, and by the time you come back, all that life, that energy out of you is sapped out, and that
Why can we not take ABS technology and put it on a goal line, put it on a hash mark? In football.
Yeah, I still don't understand why you don't have a chip in the football. You don't have a chip on the
Why are we
pylons.
uncovering bodies and trying to find angles that you couldn't find with a camera from NASA? Like, why are we doing that?
I'm with you.
Put the chip in the ball. Just show us. I trust the technology. Put it in there.
Well, and it's like you've got 50 cameras in a stadium, and then it's, just so happens this is the one angle where you actually can't see what happens with the ball and when it leaves the hands.
3 different games this year. Where is that shot? Where's that camera shot? Where's that camera shot? And then we're told after the game, camera wasn't operational.
Yeah, it's like magically that's the one camera shot you didn't have at that specific. Like, okay, but
nobody thought to turn it on. Couldn't find a guy.
It's weird.
That's tired of working the gate to go and man that camera.
Yep.
It's a fixed camera. It's just right.
Seems like it would be pretty.
It's common sense is what it is. It's a problem.
It's a problem all around, Landrum.
And text line is open. We love your text. We'll get to those. We will read them next. 3-Man Front continues on this Thursday. Three-man front, we roll on this Thursday. Text line is open, 205-834-9450. Thanks for sending in all your texts, listening to the show. All your interaction is appreciated. This one coming from our buddy Paul. Great state of North Carolina. He asked the question, Landrum, at what point do you just tell Austin Riley to have a seat for a while? Ooh, I don't know. He's hitting $192, but I think you let Austin try to find his way out of it. Let him keep swinging. What if the colleges unionized and said, we're not paying any more? We're not paying this much money for a quarterback or a center in basketball. What would the athletes do then? Well, they would have to accept the market. The problem is nobody's willing to do that. Yeah, absolutely. That's a way to do it.
The second you do that, then there's one school out there that goes, you know what? We will pay you that money, and they have a super team.
How about this? You don't even have to take it that far. What about when the fans stop showing up, supporting sporting teams? Now, you'll have media rights contracts that will hold you afloat for a while. But when booster support, fan support, Tide Pride, Tigers Limited, whatever, that starts going away, then yeah, it probably changes things.
I've already cut mine down from $1,000 a month to $950, so I'm working my tiers down.
But is there a potential with Redbird Capital for these Big 12 programs that they sign up with Redbird Capital, everybody else, they're financially bleeding? Would they still be able to offer those kind of contracts through a financial partner / lender? So we see everybody going to that. Jeremy Lin, Dan tells us, retired last year from New Taipei.
Okay.
Did you ever watch New Taipei play?
I can't say that I did. I was more of an old Taipei kind of guy.
Yeah. I've been to Taipei. Nice airport.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the commie.
I think no.
Well, not anymore after yesterday.
Well, that's right. For all who've ever played very much golf, we ain't stupid. With that course, especially those greens, Saban has not shot an 82. Not anything legit close to that. Legit being the key word. You got another doubter. Well, Diego Pavia be the next Johnny Manziel.
I mean, can he really be, though? Because Johnny was a first-round pick. Right? Like, there were different set of expectations for him than Diego.
They do like the strip joints.
Yeah, he was having himself a big time the other night.
Sure was. Nothing like blowing all the money that you don't have and that you're not going to make by sitting there throwing it at a half-naked woman. That's brilliant.
What if it was his girlfriend?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was not his girlfriend.
She's bringing the money home, Pat. This is
then
all
why
for
is he paying her?
appearance. Huh?
Then why is he paying her?
To get other people to pay her.
I was about to say, it makes it look like, this is the one you need to pay, and then she picks it all up and gives it back to him.
Yeah.
Surely.
It's like the
They love each
employees.
other.
Hey, come in and buy stuff while people are walking by. Look busy.
That's right. Maybe you can go work at J.P. Morgan.
Huntsville native and Tennessee Vols legend Condredge Holloway is in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. Thank you, Smokey.
Very cool.
Conrad, when you were trying to name the CFL teams, Robert says he cannot believe, or Rob did, that you didn't say the Birmingham Barracudas.
That would have. Now, if we were doing UK, you might have been able to get me with Birmingham.
Yep. For the Live Tour, the side merch would be goat eyeballs and camel bobbleheads.
Oh. Eyeballs? Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe for your
I'd
next
believe
challenge.
It.
Text line's always open, 205-834.
So just a little bit of, a tease for Monday. I've heard that there's maybe an item that was submitted by someone that is not on the show.
That's correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Excited about it?
I'm sure y'all are very excited about it.
It'll be good. Conrad's Curiosity Crate coming up on Monday, Pat.
Oh, is that what I saw? Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Did he see it or did you? Okay.
Mm-mm.
I have not seen it. I just heard some rumblings that somebody may have submitted a guest item.
Yeah, we get all kinds of guest items. I've got a bag full of guest items that our listeners have given me to put in the crate. Some will not make the cut.
Razor blades?
No,
Okay.
no. Mm-mm. It's hard to describe. I don't want to with a couple of them. I love you that much.
I appreciate that.
So you're not going to be here tomorrow. You're going to be down in Gulf Shores this weekend. You're part of the beach volleyball national championships.
Yep.
And I know there's times, especially when you talk about volleyball and really basketball, you come across some names that are difficult to say.
Absolutely.
Or to pronounce, and you have to dig through the SID information. Hopefully, they're good enough that they're going to give you a phonetic spelling for a particular individual. So I've always wondered, like when Roger Goodell gets up to do his thing during the NFL draft. Yeah, you're showing it to me right now.
Yeah, I got them all.
Yeah.
My team, and there's a ton of them.
That's brilliant, though. It's a wonderful way of phonetic spelling. So I found this article where it was detailing Roger Goodell when he gets up there, because there are some difficult names, especially if you get like a Polynesian, a Tonga or somebody like that. If it's a name that you're not saying on a regular basis.
You do play-by-play. No common. You got to check. You got to double check on every name now.
I cannot tell you how many times the PA announcer for wherever we were visiting when Noah Igbinoghene played for us.
Oh, God bless them. They didn't try, did they?
I mean, literally, they said, does he have a nickname? Can we go? And I said, just call him Iggy. And they literally, Noah Iggy on the reception. No, they did. I mean,
well, it's better than butchering the name.
Absolutely. So I've always wondered, okay, Roger Goodell, that's a lot of pressure. You got 800,000 people like watching you in Pittsburgh. You got 13 to 15 million people watching you nationwide. You better not screw up the name, right?
And Roger Goodell, you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
Most people believe that he's a smart guy.
So I want to take you back to 2015. Roger Goodell mispronounced Oregon quarterback Marcus Mariota's name. Do you remember that?
What do you call him, Mariota or something?
Mariota.
Oh, that's totally different.
Marcus Mariota. That's what he called him. And he later had to call the 2014 Heisman Trophy winner and apologize. He said, I'm sorry. I screwed your name up. So what the NFL has done so they can avoid those type of hiccups, they hired someone by the name of Lucy Popko. So she is a Pennsylvania alum, and now she's the NFL's manager of broadcasting and media distribution. Popko wears a number of hats at the league office, from working with the network partners on tentpole events, international game planning, and event data and analytics during the regular season. But since 2022, Popko has been Goodell's go-to during the draft and the last person he talks to before walking out on stage to announce the pick. The process starts at the NFL Scouting Combine, when Popko records every player she can saying their names the way they pronounce it. Then, after some of the mock draft research, she creates a PowerPoint presentation of all the top prospects with audio snippets of their names. Pretty daggum cool. You had no idea, did you?
No.
That it was this deep.
No.
Now, so as the draft nears, Popko works with Goodell. She says, we usually sit down a couple of times. We'll sit down in New York, and just to make sure before all of the draft commotion even starts, we do an initial run through just to give him a preview of some of the names we're seeing and expecting for him to say during night one. So during the week of the draft, Popko met with Goodell one final time on Wednesday in Pittsburgh after he completed his walkthrough of the draft theater that welcomed the hundreds of thousands of people that would show up on Thursday. Once the draft begins, Popko and Goodell stay close all night. They rehearse every name once the team's pick is in. Popko, then she stays in Pittsburgh over the next few days, guiding everyone else. You know how they always have the celebrities and maybe former players. You know, there was one player that screwed it. Was it Buffalo Bill that came out and screwed up somebody's name
I
or,
think you're
or
right,
something
yeah.
like that. Oh, yeah. He said the 2016 NFL draft as opposed to the
He was nervous. Yeah.
26, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
So she stays in Pittsburgh and she oversees everyone that's going out there and at least giving them the same type of information that obviously she gives Roger Goodell. But I think it's brilliant that they do that at the draft combine.
Yes.
Where everyone that's there, because just like what ETN now says his name different because he never told people the correct pronunciation
like
of his.
Achan or
Yeah.
Achan or something
It's
like that.
It's the same as Devon A-Chain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
He never got anybody to change it. I mean, I've told this before, Paul Feinbaum, that's not the way that his family pronounces his name, but he never corrected folks. And people still call him Paul Feinbaum.
And even if you know how to say it,
Feinbaum.
Yes.
Huh.
but even if you know how to say it, you're trying to say it where it's smooth and it rolls. And some of these names are so hard, so you have to segment them.
Mhm.
And it sounds like it's segmented together. Just to give you an idea, because you asked, and it's a lot of just people born here in America with names that are tougher, and you got to make sure. But some of these foreign players. Here's one, and I'm not going to say her name, but the explanation that the media person sent me from the school at the very end was, in parentheses, with slightly clipped vowels and a throaty G.
Mm. A throaty G.
A throaty G. I don't even know what that means.
But you know what? You got to respect them for
Absolutely.
providing you with that.
Yes. I mean, because it's so important, whether it's at the high school level, and I tell people all the time, please get us that information. Don't let me say that kid's name wrong
Yeah.
for 4 quarters, much less 1 quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but for people like that, there needs to be more Popcos.
Yeah. Helping folks out.
Because some of these folks, just to be honest, I know this will surprise you with the transfer portal and it's like in and out. Some of these coaches have no idea how to pronounce names.
No, they don't.
It's like it's, oh, we call her Cat. Well, nobody else does. What's her real name?
We just need the Canadian Football Commissioner to do all of them.
That guy would dominate.
He was great.
One other little tidbit I saw from the draft from last week, and it's one of those things that you always wonder, kind of like when these T-shirts get made from a team that did not win the championship, they end up overseas.
Yeah.
So you think about that large, they're calling it a theater. I call it, look like just an airborne hangar, what they have for the draft. What happens to all the furniture?
IKEA.
I'm like, what happens? All those white couches.
Slightly used
all those
NFL green
things.
room furniture.
Well,
That's a good question.
I got my answer. See, I was pondering it,
Mhm.
and I found out. You need to go to the Habitat for Humanity in Swissvale, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
It's a small city of about 8,000, about 15 miles east of Pittsburgh. If you want the 2-seat white couch, there at the Habitat for Humanity that was seen on national television during the NFL draft, $400 for a 2-person couch. If you want the single-seat white chair, it'll cost you $350. If you want the armchair, that's $300. And those cute little end tables that you saw, Conrad, that you commented so many times about, that you liked during the
You
broadcast.
said that would look so cute.
Yeah.
You kept going on about how cute it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I
The
forgot
cute
about
end
that.
tables.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. They were fabulous.
Well, next time you're in Swissvale, Pennsylvania at the Habitat for Humanity, you can get that cute end table for $175.
Well, that's good. It's a straight shot from there to P-Town, so.
Yeah.
I've always passed that little town. I just never stopped there until now. That's good.
So if you ever wonder what
That's
happens,
not an in-and-out town. That's one you stay.
You stick around for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Linger a little bit.
for all the
Go window
furniture at the
shopping.
NFL draft. Just like all the wonderful clothing at the Augusta Goodwill. If you would like to go get you some Peter Millar Masters shirts.
Somebody comes in your house, you're like, no, don't sit on that one. Do you know who sat there? Draft night?
Okay, so maybe we've talked about this, but do they make like for Mendoza, I'm sure they made like one jersey because they knew where he was going. But for somebody like Keldrick Falk, did they make 32
No.
Keldrick Falk jerseys?
No.
You got a guy in the background,
Yeah.
backstage.
Oh, that's right. They make it in the moment. You're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I forgot
The
about
iron
that.
on names on
You're
the
right.
back.
I
Yep, they
forgot.
it's press and seal. Yep. As soon as they're part of the headset that they get the call
early,
just
so they
picked.
can. You're right.
No, it was not early. It's like as soon as it happens, it takes them seconds. They pull the jersey. They have the nameplates ready to go.
Gosh, so cool.
And they press it and hand the jersey off. It's a machine.
Yeah, no kidding. I need one of those for all my Tua jerseys, since it seems like we're at that point in his career now. Just every year, it's going to be
somebody, a new team.
New team.
I think you ought to put your last name on every shirt you have.
Just every T-shirt I have.
Every shirt, dress shirt, polo.
I'll see about that.
All right, we will continue on this Thursday edition of Three Man Front.
One 3-man front. We do have Pat Ponders on the way. Good news if you're from the state of Kentucky or from Scotland. Looks like your whiskey is not going to be tariffed anymore.
That is correct. The President of the United States just said, in honor of the King and Queen of the United Kingdom who have just left the White House, soon headed back to their wonderful country, I'll be removing the tariffs and restrictions on whiskey having to do with Scotland's ability to work with the Commonwealth of Kentucky on whiskey and bourbon, two very important industries within Scotland and Kentucky.
Well, speaking of whiskey, we have Big Whiskeys, and they offer great food, atmosphere, and plenty of big screens. Their full menu has something for everyone and the most extensive bar in town. The outdoor patio, putting green, and game area is great for families, so go and check them out in their newest location off Highway 119 and 280 at Publix or in the Stadium Trace Village.
We also sound drunk sometimes when we try to answer questions from Pat. He provides 5. We have no idea where they're coming from. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
All right, question number 1. Yesterday at Greystone, it was the region's tradition Pro-Am, where amateurs get a rare chance to tee it up alongside the game's biggest stars. So I pondered this. If you could build your own Pro-Am fivesome, obviously you're part of that fivesome, for any tournament, who's going to be in your group? Now, I'm going to put some rules on this.
Okay.
One has to be a PGA Tour player, one politician, one entertainer, and one sports star. And then, of course, then yourself. So that's 5. So one PGA Tour player, one politician, one entertainer, and one sports star. Who's in your fivesome?
I've got mine.
Okay.
Tiger Woods.
He's your sports star.
He's my PGA.
Okay.
I'm using Brendan Sorsby as my sports star.
Okay.
AOC and Kid Rock.
You came up with that so fast.
So AOC's your politician.
I want conversations.
Kid Rock is your entertainer. Sorsby's your sports star. And Tiger's your PGA.
Yeah, Tiger, because he would be in my foursome and my fivesome, whatever the format. In this case, the other 3 were to benefit each other, and I will just sit back and watch the entertainment.
All right, y'all got yours?
That would be good. Okay. Well, I was going to say Tiger, too, for my golfer.
Well, he's playing with me that day.
I know. You know what?
Go with the guy who got caught peeing in Ray's Creek. That's more you.
No, that would be more me. I'll take Scheffler. I would like to hang out with Scotty Scheffler. He seems down to earth. I'll take him as my PGA Tour. Ooh, for my politician, I will go John Fetterman because I want to see what he's going to wear on the golf course.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would bet a hoodie, but go ahead.
And gym shorts.
Something Carhartt.
Yes. I'll go. All right, so Scotty Scheffler, John Fetterman. I'll go for my entertainment, Shane Gillis, because he'll have it.
That's good.
That'd be funny.
That would
And
be.
then it's like we have Donald Trump with us too.
Well, and you got a cooler fill of beer on your cart.
Absolutely. And then for my pro athlete, I'm not going to take Tua.
That's good.
I'm not going to take him.
Good first step, Conrad.
He needs all the time to get ready for the upcoming season. I will take
Tua, we're over here.
I'm going to take Tua.
Of course.
After all that, he takes 2. Molly?
I'm taking Scotty Scheffler. For my entertainer, I'm taking my girl Tay-Tay, Taylor Swift. For sports star, I want to take Terrence Skubal, but if he's busy, obviously being the greatest pitcher ever, I'm going to go with Tom Brady. And I'll be honest, I don't want any politicians there.
You have to.
You got to take one. You got to take one. You can do low level politician. You can go high level politician.
You can take Meemaw.
Sure. I don't want any of them there.
Meemaw. That'd be a good one.
So you're taking Meemaw.
Be interesting.
Yep.
Sure.
She's playing from Saban's team.
Can she golf?
She's going to have
Something
to.
tells me that Meemaw could golf.
Does
back in the
Taylor
day.
Swift golf?
I don't know, but she can learn.
Well, so can Meemaw,
Okay.
even at an elderly age.
See, I thought you were going to do the Tay-Tay Travis Kelsey combo.
No.
No, I don't
No,
want
because
there.
all they're doing, they're talking about weddings.
They're
Yeah.
canoodling. Yeah,
They're-
you don't
they're
want to
talking
talk
about
about
Probably
weddings.
not going to be invited, so I don't want to hear about that.
That could be your end.
That would be such an interesting, like if y'all played back to back to back, like teeing off and having AOC, Fetterman, and Meemaw. Talk a little politics
Be something.
for the round.
Yeah,
Yes.
be something.
Where are we playing this?
Pebble Beach.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
nice. I like this. Sign me up.
All right, next question. Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr doesn't have a contract for next season and has said that all coaches have an expiration date. If you apply that line of thinking to every coach in the SEC, football coach that is, not named Beamer or Levy, who is the closest to reaching their expiration date at coaching at their current school?
Ooh.
You said no Beamer?
No Beamer, no Levy.
Okay.
Do I want bright orange or burnt orange? I'm going to go. Yeah, I'll go Josh Heupel.
That's good.
I'll go Josh Heupel.
I'm thinking about new contracts, but those don't really matter anymore if somebody comes and scoops you up. I will go Eli Drinkwitz, actually.
Drink.
Okay.
His name was hot and heavy. Would have taken one of
Yeah.
those jobs, but yeah, I think that he gets another gig.
I'm going to say Sark.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's a good one because he took the two obvious
Yeah.
ones off the board. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's got that smirk on his face.
Cheshire.
All right, next question comes courtesy of Reba and Howie. They gave me this submission on Tuesday during his birthday. So I will now read it. If you were 18 years old today, what college and sport would you choose due to NIL money?
Not the direction I thought that was going when I heard 18. I could play any sport and go to any school.
I just read them. I didn't write this one. If you were 18 years old today, what college and sport would you choose due to NIL money?
18-year-old Landrum, I'm going to the University of Miami, and I'm playing baseball. Because back in the late 90s, Miami baseball was still
Yeah.
really, really good.
Do they have good NIL for baseball at Miami?
I have no idea. I'm just guessing it was like football, but
See, I think I'm too short to play basketball, so I'm going to say Texas Tech softball.
It's a
That's
really
very
good one.
lucrative.
It's a good one.
That's very lucrative.
Get me millions.
Ooh. Yeah, when I was 18, I would have said USC basketball, but now that I'm older and wiser, I would say Miami basketball. No state income tax, but I'm with you. I'm going to go live it up. And I'm 7 foot in this scenario, so I'm making the big man
Well,
bucks.
so
I'm making $5 million.
I was just going with yeah. Yes, if I can be 7 foot, then I want to go and play basketball there. But I'm just looking at what kind of NIL deals they have there. I don't know. I'm guessing that they still love their baseball down there. I hope they do. They had a really good baseball program. Beautiful campus, though. It'd be fun to play there.
You know who gave a lot of money to that baseball program?
Your guy.
His name's on the stadium.
His middle name is Balco.
Alex Balco Rodriguez.
That's it.
That's good.
There's Balky.
That's That's good. That's good.
All right, when we come back, we'll have our final question of the day. It comes courtesy of BB. That's next on Three Man Front. It's 1:49. Welcome back into Three Man Front. A couple more minutes left to go in the program. Appreciate Trey Wallace joining us from Outkick. Also earlier, Rob Pate, former Auburn DB. Also on the program, Rodney Orr from Tider Insider. If you missed any of those interviews, you can always download the Three Man Front podcast and take us along wherever you go on the Jocks 94.5 app and watch us on YouTube each and every day. Hit subscribe button. We appreciate that very much. All right, so let's finish Pat Ponders with a question from BB, Music Maestro, as we finish it up for Thursday. BB writes, we know our smart devices are listening to us nonstop, but how about your spaghetti dinner? Prego has begun marketing the Connection Keeper, which is meant to aid in putting down the phones at the table and facilitating dialogue among family members. It's a surveillance device that is part of a Prego bundle, along with Prego's Great Questions card deck for prompting conversations. So dialogue is recorded and uploaded to the StoryCorp app and can be shared with others. Do you see any positive benefits in the dinner table technology, or are we being too subjective to over-the-top invasive spying?
Just put your phone away. Like,
Yeah, there's been some instances where it's probably better in settings that everybody's on their phone and not having genuine conversations because those lead to arguments and conflict. But in most cases, I think that we definitely have too much of that. We're relying on our phones and we don't have that personal human interaction in all aspects of society. So yeah, I think it starts there at the dinner table. We try to eat at the dinner table now, and I used to not. I would sit down in front of the couch, on the couch in front of the TV, and I would watch. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me getting older. But we actually sit down and we do put our phones down and have a conversation. Mm-hmm. So maybe not too invasive. I think that some people could actually use that kind of technology.
I think it's a good idea. That's a lawsuit waiting. Like, you're going to get something's going to come out where you've got surveillance footage or audio of people's homes, and then they're selling it off to other companies, and it's a nice sentiment. I agree with what Landrum said. I do think we could all learn and put our phones down more and just have face-to-face conversations with each other. I don't think that's the way to do it, though. I don't need more people with my information.
No,
I'm already on enough list. I don't need to be on Pregos.
Yeah, just put your phone away.
Yeah.
We have and we don't have our dog anymore, but we still have the camera. And it was a camera where you go on a mobile device and you could look at the dog. He's in the house. And then you could talk to the dog. And so you could call his name and come over, and you could dispense by pushing a button on your phone a treat. And that was cool. We don't have the dog anymore. We still have the thing installed on our wall. And I got to thinking about it the other day. Because somewhere with that company, familiar with that software and that technology, they could absolutely hack into that camera.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And then they're talking to your dog and
Or
brainwashing it.
Dog is no longer with us, and they're just being creepy and spying on me and my wife.
Yeah, if you go down that rabbit hole of, that stuff's already out there. If you got a phone, you got a TV, you got an Alexa, you got a whatever. Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
What's the most eerie moment you guys have ever had about talking about something and then all of a sudden, oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I had, Paige was telling me one time about this. She was like, did you know that they have like these automatic cleaning litter boxes for cats now? Then like 2 minutes later, I was on YouTube. First advertisement I got was for one of those.
Yep.
And I was like, she's mentioned that one time, first time I've ever heard of this, and within 2 minutes, I was getting an advertisement for it on my phone.
This would have been probably 7-8 years ago. I'm talking to Pat about the Birmingham Bowl, and we're just having a casual conversation, not on the air, just a casual conversation. We're talking about the weather. I get inundated 4 different big box stores on my phone about ponchos.
I am not kidding. Look at this ad I just got on Instagram. It is a crossword for the state capitals. No joke. It is literally right there.
Can you
Not
forward
even
that
kidding.
to me? I might need to,
Brush up on that?
yeah, do a little homework.
Maybe if we just start saying like lottery.
Well, it's interesting because
Win the lottery.
Leanne and I were having a conversation about Conrad, and all of a sudden, all this stuff about Vladimir Lenin and visiting Moscow, and all the tourist sites popped up on my Google.
I thought you were getting stuff from the Love Place.
I mean, what do you think they're paying me for, Pat? I'm sending all y'all's information over there. Sorry.
It started with Alex Golich being on the show.
It started way before that, my friend. You just didn't find out about it until recently.
Questioning a lot now. Lorcan Quinn. Is he really
Lorcan.
Is he really Irish?
We
Is he
trained
one
together.
of Conrad's cronies. You trained together. We trained together.
Not kicking.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all of our guests. We can't do it without you guys. God is great. Have a wonderful, safe rest of your Thursday.